It's a tour you can take sitting home by yourself. It's time once more to go Jeff your shelf. Hey friends, welcome back as we continue this jazzy little tour of my bookshelves. Today we're going to look at my Malerman collection. If there's any collection in my bookshelf collections that I have any hope of being a completist on, it would probably be my Malermans. Josh Malerman books. It wouldn't take a whole lot for me to fill in the holes in my collection and have an extensive, complete set of every Malerman. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not a completist. I probably will try to get every Malerman here on out. I'm already missing the lettered edition of On This, the Day of the Pigs, so that's not going to happen. And what else? I think I'm missing... I'm missing stuff. I'm missing some stuff. But that's not important. What's important is let's look at what I do have. Let's. First, we'll start with my dollar store skulls. So if in case you were wondering if these are particularly expensive, fine pieces of art, they're not. They're dollar store skulls. You could surprisingly spend a lot of money in the dollar store. You could. So I love them. They're very cool, and I just like skulls. I mean, can you tell? This one was a special gift from my nephew, awesome little guy Lincoln. He gave me this blingiest skull ever. And so this one moves around from spot to spot upon my shelves. He's a little devil. He's a little demon. Little devil demon. Little minx. Okay, so let's look at the books, shall we? Where do you want me to start? Okay, I'll start with Bird Box. So, Bird Box, of course, is a smash runaway hit that put Josh Malerman on the map. Fun fact about Josh Malerman is he wrote something like 27 novels before he even got any of them published. He just wrote them all. I mean, he just, for fun, I guess. He just sat there and wrote novels. Just like, everybody else binge watches Netflix. He's sitting there writing novels. So the first one he did was Bird Box. So this, of course, is the Bird Box Special Edition. It is by Dark Regions Press, and it has bonus content in there. Oh, look what I have in my book. I have a Malerman bookmark that I got with the Nightworms package. We'll talk about Nightworms in a second. So this is number 15 of the signed numbered editions. So this was the signed numbered, the cheaper of the two editions that Dark Regions Press did. It's still beautiful. I think they go for considerably more on the secondary market now. It took a long time for them to sell out. Oh, that fell down. But you know what? We're going to forgive. We're in a mode of forgiveness right now. So the lettered was $275, and this numbered edition was $75 at the time of publication. So great. I have two. You're like, why, Jeff? Why do you have two? Well, I have two because the first one came in the mail dinged up. Dark Regions Press was trying to do like Amazon fulfillment, and this came bashed up. And so they sent me number 15 as a replacement, free of charge. Just replaced the book, told me I could keep this one. I was going to give this to a friend. The friend didn't want it. That's getting personal now. Now I'm a little uncomfortable. So this is the numbered edition, and this is the lettered. It comes in this tray case, tray chic, and the tray case opens, and the book is inside. So you may have noticed, wow, Jeff, that looks exactly like the other one. Well, yeah, the dust jacket's the same, smart guy, but the inside's a little different. The inside is a leather bound. You know, the numbered is cloth, and this is leather bound edition. Beautiful book. Page marker. I believe all of these have been unboxed on my channel, so you can see them in greater detail there. Then the sequel to Bird Box, which I have yet to read, Mallory. These are both signed first editions. I have two. Again, I unboxed them in a. It was a battle between BAM Books A Million and VJ Books, and I think VJ Books won. They didn't win the discrete event. They didn't win the battle, but they did win the war with me. Books A Million sent out really superior packaging, but VJ Books made up for it, and they've done a great job ever since. Then a fan of the channel, a great guy, a friend, just sent me the ARC because I love the ARCs, and I love this cover. I think I prefer this cover to that cover. So I was just thrilled to get this. Love this book, the way it looks, and having an ARC. As you can see, I have other ARCs, and I'll get to them. Okay, just relax. But this was a very thoughtful, awesome, generous gift. I still have yet to read Mallory. I got to do it. I want to do it. My TBR pile is impressive, or my laziness is. I don't know. One of those is impressive. Then here's Black Mad Wheel, which I bought from somebody who I am now I've chatted with on forums. Great guy, Mike McDuffie. So this is a signed first edition of Black Mad Wheel. This is also a VJ Books book, even though I bought it off of eBay. I have not read Black Mad Wheel yet, either. So this is the first Josh Malerman book I ever read. It's the Goblin Arc Advanced Review copy, and Advanced Uncorrected Proof. You can call them a proof or a galley. Paul Miller called it a galley. And I had the option to get it the first state galley or the second state galley. I chose the first state, so I'm happy with that. It came with this promo card. At the time, Paul Miller was promoting Goblin, and it took a bit to sell out. I, again, was like, why did it take so long? So this is the actual copy I read, and I damaged. You see that corner down there? See that corner? It's dinged, because I'm an idiot. So that's why that happened. You know what? Let's not damage it again. Let's put it down. Away. But this was the hardcover with a slipcase that I bought. It didn't come with a slipcase, but I bought the slipcase from the publisher. The publisher made this slipcase to fit a different book, and there was an overrun, but it fit this edition of Goblin magically, just wonderfully. Fun fact, Josh Malerman's special lady friend painted the cover, so it's definitely a product, a Malerman Empire collectible. So, Goblin. If you haven't read it, I suggest you read it. This is the first trade edition. This came out, 2018, 2019, whatever it was. And there were no plans to do a trade edition. And a lot of people had missed out, and this sold out, and then it just went way up in price, and therefore a lot of people couldn't get one. There are only 500 of these. So everybody was just collectively thrilled when Josh announced that there was going to be a trade edition. And then there was, and then I bought it, and there it is on my shelf. It's not a very complex story. But I bought a signed edition from VJ Books. I just unboxed it. You may have seen that. You may have. Perhaps. Okay, now we're moving on to The Day of the Pig. This is a Cemetery Dance book. So far, this is the only one that exists on The Day of the Pig. This is probably in my top Malerman spot. I love this read. Probably more than Goblin. I don't know. I love this book. It's just a good time retro horror book, man. Just sing for Pearl. What I love about this is it has a cool cover. It looks very retro. I guess it's made by Slasher Dave. I don't know who that is. But then the title treatment on the inside is completely different. And it's fun. It's fun to get two different title treatments. Agree with me. Just agree with me. So, a friend of mine also gifted me this arc. Because I love arcs. And, I mean, wow. So I was just thrilled to get this. This is the advanced uncorrected proof. Yes. Or advanced review copy. Whatever. And so, of course, I haven't read it. But, it has all the same words. Just none of the art and what have you. So, thrilled beyond belief. Just you couldn't even believe how thrilled I am to have that. You could try to imagine it, but I bet your imagination's not as good as Josh Malerman, and therefore you'll fail. Sorry. Then this is a novella, House at the Bottom of a Lake. I haven't read it. Got it with my Nightworms package. They did a Malermaniacs package. I believe it's a first edition. And it was recently released in a much larger print edition for the Heart of Seeing. Anyway, let's move. Let's just keep moving. Let's just not focus on the things I say. So here we have another advanced review copy. Now, when I knew Barry Carroll was coming out, I went to the eBay and I looked up and I found this. And it is Josh Malerman was at a convention in New York City, and he was signing a bunch of these. I think he was giving them away. And then, of course, meeting with an awesome author and getting a signed book means you make money on eBay. Joke's on them. I think I only paid like $25 for this one. The jerk. Selling it. But this is my first introduction to the Josh Malerman. It's the second one for the signature. Which, yes, it leaves something to be desired, I suppose. You could also forge it real easy. I'm not recommending that. So please call your lawyers off. But that's the signature. So it's a signed arc. Love it. I love the spine treatment. I love the title treatment on that. And then the trade edition came out. And I think I got this via Nocturnal Reader's Box. And it's unsigned, but really, really good condition. So I read the arc, and of all the Josh Malerman books, this is probably my least favorite. But I read the arc, and maybe something in the arc was fixed. It was a thing. There was a phrase the characters kept saying over and over, and it was just too much, and it was kind of distracting. So I should reread it. A lot of people love Barry Carroll. The idea behind this book is awesome. It's just a great, very imaginative read, and the characters are really cool. So I'll give it another shot. I could have just been in a bad mood. I'm entitled to be in a bad mood once in a while. It's every now and again. Every once in a while. Okay, so then we got inspection. So this was a signed edition that I got via the Nightworms package. And I stuffed some Nightworms goodies in there. It's kind of cool. A little Josh Malerman photo and a card describing what came in the box. I keep that in here. But the problem with that, and I have an unboxing, and I'll put it up in there, probably like right up in here somewhere, to show the condition the book came in. It was bashed. The whole thing, it came in an envelope, and those hardcovers don't fare well in envelopes. There's a signature. Do you see it? Can you see that? Yeah. Love this book. I haven't read this copy because I read the arc. You see a trend going? I read the arc. Again, I think I scooped this up, this beat up arc on the eBay is where I got it. and I read this one. I love Inspection. Inspection, Goblin, On This the Day of the Pig. Those are my top three, no doubt about it. For Malerman reads, no doubt about it. Okay, so moving along, we have 10 Word Tragedies. This is an anthology from PS Publishing. Very cool premise. This singer, the songwriter in the UK went to a thrift shop and bought all these used postcards that were filled out to people, and he wrote a song about it, and it was a really great song. And so PS Publishing contacted him and said, hey, what if we give those postcards to some of these authors, and then they write stories based on those postcards, and we put them in an anthology. So here you have 19 stories inspired by one Frank Turner song, edited by Christopher Golden and Tim Levin. And Josh Malerman is one of the folks in here. And so I bought it. Paul Tremblay's also in here. Tremblay. See, Paul Tremblay. As well as several other great, fantastic authors, I'm sure. And I never got around to reading this because I don't read anthologies all that much, but I definitely will. So we got 2 pages of signatures. Isn't that awesome? And this was like a very inexpensive book. There's a Josh Malerman signature right there. So it's loaded with signatures, 2 authors I love, and I will read. I promise you. Oh my gosh, promise. And they only made 100 copies of this signed edition. It's not easy to find. So I wish you well. And then finally we have Midnight Under the Big Top. This is a Cemetery Dance anthology. This copy is only signed by the artists and the editor, so none of the other authors signed. But it's cool. It's numbered. Very cool signature page. Vincent Chong, Glenn Chadbourne, and Brian James Freeman. And so a lot of really cool authors are in here. I read the Stephen King story, but there's a very long novella in here called Dandy by Josh Malerman. So that's why I bought this book. So this is the signed edition. I'm also getting the lettered edition whenever they make the tray case for that edition. Then it'll be shipped to me, and I'll do an unboxing, and you'll be able to see it here on this channel. So that's it. That's my Malerman shelf. That's my entire Malerman collection. True Malermaniacs will probably realize there are a few books that I'm missing, and I'd suggest you guys keep that to yourselves. Just enjoy the things I do have. I'm happy to share them. I'm happy. I'm very happy. So stay happy, all of you out there in YouTube land. Check out Josh Malerman. You can still get this book at BJ Books, as a couple people already have, based on my suggestion. And then go about the rest of your day, and be good to each other.
Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that booba things are Cenobites for children. They're wicked. They come from some other dimension, and they're only here to torture. So you're gonna have a hard time convincing me otherwise. But until then, why don't you watch this other video or subscribe? And really, that's the only way to get rid of boobas. Because once you got boobas, you're in trouble. You opened the box. We came. Subscribe now.